our song, or Khalid's song, Talk, which we wrote with him in LA. It was me, Howard, and Khalid. I think we started the majority of the beat here, but we haven't really agreed on that. We can't remember.
No, I think I wrote the chords in LA, so I don't know.
You wrote the chords in LA?
I think I wrote the chords in LA, and then we went to the session, and I had them in my mind.
Right. Okay. So, yeah, we're going to open the project, have a look at that, and, yeah, see what happens. So, here we go. Bam. There's Talk. Went for a nice turquoise pink vibe for this one.
It's a really nice colour scheme on
We're not going to do the
one.
VIP version today. We can do that on Thursday, though, if you fancy it. So we'll do a double Talk sesh. But yeah, here it is. You got drums up here. Pretty simple, like drum-wise, this song. It's not like a lot going on. It's quite a slow. It's 68 BPM, so it's pretty slow. Monarch doing the bass, of course, favorite. The main synth is the weirdest part about this. It's something we've only used once and never since. It's this free synth here called Sinister. And yeah, got it for free. I'm pretty sure you guys can all get it for free. And we wrote arguably our most successful song ever with it. So although it's not a disclosure tune, yeah, it's definitely like the most streams that one of our songs has ever got, if that means anything to you guys. But so yeah, there you go. It just shows you don't need the most expensive, craziest gear to make a tune that people will like. This is a free plugin, I'm pretty sure. So yeah, we'll get into that as well. There's some hilarious like MIDI trumpets, which I don't think people would even realize are on Talk because they're so low back in the mix, but I respect that we left that on, Howard. I'm pretty happy about that.
Well, let's be clear. We put them in with the definite intention that we were going to get them replayed by a professional brass section, and then we just forgot to do that.
Yeah. That's usually how it goes. Yeah. Oh yeah, we'll put that in, change it later, and then you hear it and you're like, oh, it sounds fine. What's the point? So yeah. And then you got Khalid's vocal down here. Now I don't have a lot of separation on the vocal because Khalid has his engineer Dennis, shout out Dennis, and shout out Khalid as well. That he rolls everywhere with Khalid. He's his engineer, his go-to guy. He has his mic, he has his preamp and his compressor. I believe it's like a Neve and a Tube Tech vibe, and he does that all in Pro Tools. So we would have bounced this beat out, put it into Pro Tools, and then we would have written and tracked and recorded all the vocal into Pro Tools, and then Dennis would have done some processing on this already before it came back to me. So yeah, that part was easy. As you can see, I haven't got a lot of plugins on Khalid's main vocal there because it didn't need it. I've got no EQ at all on that one. Tiny amounts of EQ. Yeah, and yeah, we'll get to that. So yeah, I think you're going to shoot off soon, right, Howard? So should we just start with the chords?
Sure. Yeah. I haven't got to go. I'm just like, if I don't.
Mate, stay if.
Yeah.
Okay. Well. Okay.
Also, normally go to bed at 9, so this is like super.
It's 10:10.
I'm drunk. It's late.
Okay.
Whatever.
All right. Whatever you're feeling, man. All right. Well, let's start with the chords anyway. Do you want to go over there and do it?
Yeah.
Here's the MIDI for you nerds.
It's just really short.
Yeah. Why is that? That is how it is. Yeah.
It's doubled with the sine waves, though, right?
Yeah, that's right. It's that. And that? See if that works. Yeah.
That's the different octave.
Yeah. Just play the normal synth, man. One more time? I didn't have it on the right camera. There you go. That's the chords for Talk. Do you want to talk them through the harmony of that a bit? So what we got there, an F major 7.
Yeah, it's super simple.
Got your mic.
It's super simple. So yeah, it's F major 9, E minor and D minor. and it just circles around those three. And then right at the end, there's an F major 7 over G.
Nice. The simple ones sometimes are the best. I just love the rhythm of the chords, and the melody in the chords really informed the melody of the lyrics as well, didn't it? The doom 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 doom.
Yeah, there was just that. I often write chords in like with a melody on the top of them. It's like part of how I write chords is I like hear the top note of the chord and think how I want the melody to go based on that note, and then I rearrange the notes underneath that after doing it. So I end up with these chord progressions that have like a melodic top note. So yeah, loads of our songs end up being written as a result of that top note moving around.
Yeah, that is definitely the way. So, yeah, another thing that I'm really proud about with this song, which might sound trivial to some, is that it starts with a fade in and ends with a fade out. That's such an old school Motown thing to do. You know, you don't hear many tunes like that. Some have fade outs, but a fade in is like, it's almost anti-radio, you know. I mean, I'm sure with some of the radio people, they just chopped that intro off and just go straight in with, can we just talk? But like, for it to have gone as big as it did with a fade in and a fade out, I think we can pat ourselves on the back for that.
I don't even remember making that decision.
It was just definitely me. And I think I remember, like, we talked to Khalid about it. We were like, do you know any big songs with fade-ins and fade-outs?
Right, yeah.
And and it was like a thing in the studio that day. He was like, yeah, we have to do that. We have to do that for sure. So yeah, it starts in complete silence. Let's just try and listen through a bits of it. I can't play it all to you guys. It will, you know, get in trouble. But yeah,
just listening out
they are. So one thing I should point out is this isn't the absolute final mix. It did go back to their team, and they pretty much ran it through some saturation, as I'm aware. I don't know if they had access and chopped the horns or kept the horns in. I haven't listened to the original for a little minute. But yeah, this is 98%, 99% done. Yeah, as you hear it on the record. So I hope the horns are in there.
Yeah, me too.
I really do. So yeah, with this sinister thingy, let's listen to that. Chords first today, because Howard's here. So you can hear it. It gets automated here. So the thing I really liked about this synth is it has some effects built in, and one of them is quite a tasty bit crusher here. So I've automated the bit crusher just to happen on the drop here, so you can hear it kind of break. Yeah, I think I even backed that up with this sound here of a guitar jack just being like, you know, when you plug a guitar in and out of a an amp and it makes that horrible sound. Well, I actually put that in because I wanted it to sound like the whole track was breaking. So that's in there too. Yeah, and it just makes for like a really tight staccato chorus, which is, yeah, we love that kind of thing. So yeah, on that channel there, you've got a bit of EQ. You've got this compressor, which I wouldn't usually use on a synth, but for getting a really attacky, stabby sound, like it's definitely doing a good job this time around. So here it is without. Actually, let me just take all the plugins off the master as well. Let's go back to basics here. And with. So yeah, quite heavy compression, but I like it on there. Bit of tremolo, just moving the synth from side to side. Just, you know, getting it around the stereo field. H delay, that's just doing automation. Yeah, then it goes down for the chorus. And then H verb as well. Don't usually use H verb, but I guess I thought it sounded good on that synth. It's just for build-ups again, I think. And then a bit of sidechain, and it's also going through Logic chorus. I did audition the Juno chorus as well, but I love the Logic chorus, especially on a sawtooth synth like that. And it's going to a bit of roto cab as well. That's it. That's the main synth. So yeah, I really like the crush idea. We haven't done that before. Like a bit crusher tearing things apart is not a usual way to go, but so yeah, and then underneath that we've got a sine wave synth. That is literally the EXS24 from Logic on like plain. When you load it up and there's no sample in it, it just plays sine waves. It's just doing that. It's very simple. If you just want sine waves, it's a good go-to. You can hear it here. So it's modulating up and down slightly. And then we've got a decimort on there, bit crusher, adding that top squeaky noise. Very Mount Kimby. Shouts to Mount Kimby. If you guys haven't checked out Mount Kimby, Crooks and Lovers. There's a couple of tunes on there. Some good like sine beeps with like bit crushers on, right?
Yeah.
Why are you laughing?
I just liked it. It was like, that sounds like Mount Kimby. Shouts to Mount Kimby. If you guys haven't checked out Mount Kimby, check out Mount Kimby.
Yeah, it was a bit Alan Partridge, wasn't it? Howard is mad bored. Liven up back there.
I'm not
man.
bored. I have no idea what you're talking about, man.
This is why we usually do this part without you. So welcome to the
I know about like songs and chords and stuff.
Yeah,
you lose me when you start talking about this stuff.
This is not anything like that. Some heavy compression on there.
Yeah, I'm also crunked, as they said. Yeah.
So using the compression to really boost up the volume as well. It's actually almost the same plugins on the other synth, tremolo, H delay, little plate for the reverb for this one. Love little plate. So yeah, and then on the drop there you got the reverb mutes, and then the chorus and roto cab fade in, so it goes from being very mono to very wide. That's like a nice little trick to do on a chorus if you're trying to like make it sound bigger. Instead of adding more or like turning the volume up, you just go from mono to stereo. That's a nice little trick. You can do that on the RC20. It's got a width knob on the bottom of it. You can go from mono to wide really easily. But another good way is to use effects like flanger, chorus, phasers, whatever. Just turn them on for the drop. And then it's going through a sidechain, which you won't hear yet because the drums are muted. That is all the synths except for these twinkly bits that come in for the chorus. That is the Juno doing the sawtooth. And then a little toy piano from Keyscape. That is jokes. Look at that thing. I'd love to have one of those.
I'll get you one.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah,
I've got no room, but please do.
I don't know what it is. What is it?
Toy piano?
Yeah, but like...
It's that. Well, look, it's a it's like a glockenspiel.
It says Glocken on it.
Yeah, but you play it with keys instead of mallets.
Right.
That's what it looks like to me.
Well, it's kind of like a Celeste then, sort of. Yeah.
And you have a Celeste.
I do, but I'm not giving you it.
No, I just want a toy piano.
Yeah.
I don't want a Celeste, mate.
Okay, fine.
Sweet. Here's all of the pads together. There's also some all-important rainforest noise going on in the chorus of Talk.
Yeah, I forgot we put that in there. People are asking, like, did we play these parts in, or did someone from Khalid's team do it? So all of the musical parts, in terms of anything except the vocal, me and Guy played. So Guy did all the drums, I did all the keyboard parts, and then Khalid and I wrote the majority of the vocal together after we'd finished making most of the beat. Especially
he started singing the hook like straight away.
He's an incredible writer. He's one of the most like prolific writers I've ever worked with. He just has like idea after idea after idea, and they're all really good. You know, often people have this whole like quantity over quality thing where they'll just have like loads of ideas, but they're all kind of just okay. And Khalid, for some reason, I don't know how he does it. He's just, everything he suggests is just a hit, and that's why he just releases so many tunes that are just instantly hits. It's unbelievable. So yeah, it was a pleasure to work with him. Learned a lot.
Absolutely, yeah. And we did another song with him, "Know Your Worth," which we'll do one day as well. But yeah, so that's all the synths, and then we got this hilarious little horn bus. Oh, it's only right at the end of the chorus. I mean, yeah.
Yeah, we really should have got that replayed, man.
Yeah, in the mix, it's fine.
Yeah. Yeah, it does sound like old school Kanye vibes. Yeah, I don't know why.
Is he into MIDI
like
trumpets?
Touch the Sky or something.
Yeah, I mean, each of these is literally the Logic horn, but we did a separate one for each trumpet, so they're all doing slightly different things, you know, just to get a bit of a stereo vibe going on. But yeah, definitely had it intended on that.
All of the lads, yeah, that's right. This person's right.
I'm
not going to say their name because it's...
Is it? What? I missed it. Yeah, so that's all the harmony taken care of. There's guitar, another little sneaky part on Talk, which you might have missed. That is me playing my Telecaster. Pretty much the only time I've played guitar on a song, and it's just 5 notes.
Yeah, I didn't even know that was in there.
Really? Yeah. Mate, it's a huge part of the song. Can't believe you missed it.
It's like the main reason it's big.
It's the main. Yeah. It's the only reason it's big.
Yeah. I mean, it's in and amongst a few other things.
Yeah, it's more for texture than anything. I'm going to turn it up just for this session, so it's a bit more important. Yeah.
Yeah, it's nice. It's nice.
Yeah.
Probably should have turned it up.
I think it is up higher in the mix when I exported it, so I don't know what's happened there. But yeah, I would have definitely kept that up a bit. So that is what's going on with these guitars. Here's one guitar. Lots of decapitator. Well, actually no, not lots, but some. Bit of EQ. That's just going clean into my Neve through the LA2A compressor, the 500 series stuff that we've got in the room here. So it's very clean, straight out of the Telecaster. I think I'm probably giving it a bit of drive on the Neve. And then it's going through the DBX 160. I love the DBX 160 for clicky guitar like that. It's the best. It's so good. I would track through one. It's wicked. If I was going to buy a compressor, I'd get a Tube Tech and then a DBX 160. And these are way cheaper, so maybe this one would come first, actually.
Papa Tube Tech.
Papa Tube Tech.
Papa Tube Tech.
So yeah, that's them all together. And then they're going through the guitar bus here. And on the bus is some overdrive. Then going through this Surfer EQ. I don't know if you guys have used this. I'm not so into it now because since FabFilter Pro 3 came out, it kind of got made redundant in my setup. But before dynamic EQ was the thing, this is different for dynamic EQ actually. What it does is it picks a note, and instead of just ducking when that note appears, it follows the notes and moves the bands of the EQ. So have a look. You see that? The red one there. So, you know, to EQ that, you'd have to have 5 notches, but instead you just do 1 and it moves around. It's amazing. It's really clever. It is different to the Pro Q3. I just haven't needed it as much. So yeah, I was big into this EQ when I was making Talk. It's very useful.
That's straight witchcraft, yeah.
Straight witchcraft. And then that's going into a tiny bit more EQ just to boost the clickiness of the guitar. Yeah, that's the guitar. Vinyl.
That's a good question.
Crackly vinyls.
How long do you reckon it took you to produce this?
Hard to say because we wrote it so long before it came out, like you remember that? Well, we kind of made it, and then there was a time where it was like, is anything going to happen with that song? You know?
Yeah.
I think we were quite like, we were really happy with it, and it was even like, should we release this? Like, it's not very disclosure-y, but like, well, it is in some ways, but it wasn't really where we were headed musically. We knew what we wanted to do with the next record, and it was like, this might confuse people. So then when we hit Khalid up, he was like, nah, this is a tune. Like,
yeah,
I want to put this out.
we didn't write it with like a specific purpose in mind. Like, we didn't go into the session like we're going to write a song for Khalid or for us. We just went in to make music because we were mutual fans. But yeah, I guess it would be. We like, from what you've seen today, you know, like, we tend to work pretty quickly, like, and even when we're just making demos, a lot of the production's already done by the time we've made the demo. So we left it in a form that wasn't that far away from how it is now. And then when we realized that Khalid wanted to actually release it, Guy worked on it a bit more and got it that extra like 10% of the way there. But it was already sounding pretty good after the first day.
Yeah, I think it would have been a quick writing session, and the vocals, I mean, he writes so fast. In terms of mixing and stuff, I couldn't really say. I definitely did it twice because I would have done it to a point where I thought it was finished. And then, you know, time went by and nothing happened with the song. And then when Khalid was like, it's going to be the lead single off of my album, we were like, whoa, sick. Okay, fresh mix. So this is like mix 2, which I wouldn't usually do, but it was such a long time. I'd discovered new plugins, you know, had some new toys to use. So yeah, it all helped make it sound bigger and better. Moving on to the drums. Yeah, drums.
Sure.
I'll just give you a blast of the drums with plugins on. Really pleased with these drums.
A millionaire, I'm a young money million.
Fair enough. Yeah, I'm really happy with the hi-hats in there. It's one of those beats where the kick and snare are so loud, and then there's tons of sneaky stuff going on underneath. And you like sneaky stuff, don't you?
I love sneaky shit, man.
Sneaky shit. So let's take all the plugins off. It's going to sound like this. But yeah, look, there's this happening under there. If I take off the sidechain, I can't believe this is under there.
It sounds like some 07 or Massive Attack or something.
It's just so, yeah, it's so distorted and quiet in the mix. And when the sidechain's on, it's getting pumped so hard that you don't hear any of those accents.
Mm.
All it does is bring out the hi-hat. So yeah, that's been really cleaned up. We've got some clicks. I can't remember where these were recorded, but they're pretty basic clicks.
Really nice clicks, man. Is that you clicking?
Yeah, I mean, it's either me or all of us. We usually do that.
Yeah, we used to do that, yeah.
I don't think we did that on the day. I can't remember, to be honest. They definitely sound like us. Like, they sound like our hands. I've heard our clicks a million times. Yeah. That's definitely... Yeah, so you got a dry one and then a wet one, and that's being sidechained as well, but just with reverb on it.
Howard needs to spit a 16 on a tune one day.
No, he doesn't. Trust me.
Trust me. I'll do a great job.
Me, no,
just a quick one. Just some quick bars. Let me just school them quickly.
No. All right, so here's the MIDI for the drums. We got... let's just turn that on. We got a kick drum. It's all 808. It's all pretty much battery, the jack kit, 808. So it's all just Roland samples. I like the Roland battery samples. I think they're fine. So I use them a lot. Pretty rare that I'd have the kick and everything in one window, but yeah, like I said, the beat came together really fast, so I didn't even have time to like use a different kick plug-in, a different clap. It was just like load up a kit and play in a beat. So yeah, here's like just the battery stuff. So the kick, 808 kick, going through some soft tube saturation. Oh, going through some soft tube saturation just to beef it up, and some overdrive, and some EQ and compression. Here it is without. Here it is with. So just controlling it, bringing off some of those super highs and giving it punch. Here we have the clap. Standard clap 8081 from battery. Here it is without plugins. Here it is with. Hi-hats. Really basic, guys. Nothing crazy going on with this one. Yeah, that's all the battery stuff. Moving down, we've got some fun little sounds. Chain drop. I don't know what this is. Do you remember this, Howard? Oh, yeah, it's just a little, like a little twinkle thing. That's in there. Dial turn. Dial turn comes at the end of the second chorus. Let's have a listen to that. Oh, yeah, it's just like a camera. I've got a sample pack of like some old vintage camera noises. That's that. Yeah, just going through sample delay to make it super wide and stereo. Without that, it sounds really mono like this. With it. So that's just bedded in there. There's a water drip noise as well. You can do that with your mouth, can't you? You want to do that for the people?
I can try, yeah. I'm quite drunk now. Maybe I've lost it. There it is.
Yeah.
Pretty close, yeah.
Ugh. My back is screwed. Oh, I know why. It's this chair.
Well, we've been sat down for like 3 hours.
Yeah, and that. LFO full.
That's sick.
You like that?
Yeah, I don't remember that.
You into that, yeah?
Woo.
It's in there.
Yeah.
And there's something called bamboo. What's bamboo doing?
That sounds like mouth noise.
So yeah, so as you can see, a lot of sounds in there, just very subtly in the mix. We got this sweep down as well. And then a sweep up, literally just reversed it. There you go. That's all the drums. Oh, there's Polyplex. What are you doing out there? Nothing. Nothing's happening with you. So, all together, no plugins. Cool, going into the Studer first up. Saturating, then going to compression. I would do that the other way around now, but I didn't know as much back then. So yeah, I've got it on 50% there, so it slams a bit too hard when it's on 100. Oxford inflator doing its amazing frequency, what's it called? Psychoacoustic effects. Looking for approval from my brother, he's giving me nothing.
Man, I don't know what's going on. I can't even see the screen anymore. I took my glasses off. It was a big mistake.
Bit of filters. And then we're limiting that with the the Oxford limiter. Just very lightly clipping the kick. I don't like to limit the drums too hard. I let the master limiter take care of that. We've been streaming for 3.5 hours. Yeah, this is a long one. Actually, no, I did one the other day. It was 4. We still got a fair few people in there. Sweet. That's all those. And now we can get on to Khalid's vocal. Where are we at now with the whole thing? The horns are like getting me now. Yeah, it sounds better when he sings along with it. Let's be honest. All right, cool. Here's Khalid's lead.
Can we just talk? Can we just talk about where we're going?
So yeah, he even had a specific reverb that he wanted to use. So I've actually got the reverb as an audio file and the lead as an audio file. So I didn't even need to add any effects. He knows what he likes. I just adjusted the volume of both. So here it is dry.
Can we just talk? Can we just talk about where we're going before we get lost?
And then he's got the effects down here.
Can we just talk? Can we just talk about where we're going?
Yeah, not a normal thing for us. Usually I do all the reverb and delay and stuff, but when the singer, artist, rapper, whoever it is, has a specific taste in a reverb, it's fine with me. So just left it like that. On his lead vocal, here is before. I mean, it sounds great already because Dennis and the guys did a great job.
Can we just talk? Can we just talk?
So we're going straight into the inflator. I wasn't sure if he used that yet or not, so that was the first thing I did.
Can we just talk? Can we just talk?
Just bringing out some nice frequencies there. I've done a bit of EQ.
Can we just talk? Can we just talk about where we're going?
So just controlling those low mids and yeah, dynamically boosting the high mids when it needs it. And same with the top end, but really subtle, 1.3 dB on that. Like hardly anything. Yeah, it's sounding good already. I did take out a fair amount of lows, to be fair, but once it was in with all those sine wave synths, it was getting in the way. So yeah, then we're going into the gem dopamine. This is doing most of the treble boosting. You guys probably seen me talk about this thing already. Here it is without.
Can we just talk?
Here it is with.
Can we just talk?
So it just adds all that air back in without the S's becoming too loud.
Can we just talk? Can we just talk about where we're going before we get lost?
So I really like that on Khalid's vocal. Yeah, it's been nicely de-essed already, so I didn't even use a de-esser. And then it's going into vocal ride, which I'm surprised at, because usually I would automate all of my vocals, but I guess I just threw it on and it sounded fine. I've got it on a pretty subtle setting. It's not doing loads, I don't think.
Can we just talk? Can we just talk about where we're going before we get lost?
I think I threw it on because there's so many falsetto, full voice, and I was just like, oh, the automation's going to take me ages. So it just did a good job straight away. So I just left it on, especially in that chorus. And he's so soft in the verse too. You know, yeah, I've automated the reverb, but I haven't got any volume automation on the main vocal. So yeah.
Can we just talk? Can we just talk?
Can you go through the process for the house remix? Yeah, I'll do that on Thursday. No problem.
Can we just talk?
So that is the lead. Really simple, guys. Not much going on that plugin wise. Reverb. I took out some lows on the reverb. I thought it was a bit too boomy. And it's being sidechained by the kick as well. And then we got some cool little overdubs. That is literally inflator, gem dopamine, taking out some lows.
Can we just talk about where we're going? Living our thoughts, can't get what we want without knowing.
So there's those. There's some harmonies in the second half of the chorus too.
Get what we want without knowing. I've never felt like this before. I apologize apologize if I'm moving too far.
They're quite interesting harmonies, aren't they? They're very fifty. It's like quite medieval sounding.
Yeah, always. His stuff's always like that.
Got the mic. His stuff does he choose fifths a lot?
Like fourths and fifths, yeah. It's interesting. You know it's him straight away, even if someone else is singing those harms. It's like he's got his own harm vibe going on. It's cool. It's the same thing we were talking about earlier, though. You know, it's like that's just what pleases his ear, so he does that.
Yeah, I love fourths and fifths. It makes it sound like a guitar.
Yeah, it makes it like it thickens it up really well.
Yeah, lots of things.
I've never felt like this before. I apologize.
Howard is a vibe right now. Howard about to pass out.
I'm a vibe. I am passing out. You know.
Yes. No CLA vocals. What does that even mean? Is that a plugin? I like the CLA compressor, like the 1176. Is that it? No. I don't know what you guys are talking about. Sorry. Go through your process for the house remix. Yeah, I already did that. Yeah, don't worry, guys. Thursday. We'll do it Thursday. Ask Kenny Beats what the CLA vocals. It's a VST from Waves. Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't know if... Do I even have that? CLA 76. That's the only CLA thing I have. Am I missing out? Do we need it? What is it? Don't let Mike Dean catch you using the CLA. What is... Yeah, I don't know, guys.
Just ignore it. We're not missing out. Okay. Mixed signals from you guys tonight.
Very mixed signals. Cool.
Can we just talk? Figure out where we're growing.
And then a nice little ad lib at the end. It's the only other thing on the track with a bit of H delay. So there's just a lot of like letting the reverb and delay through, muting it fully, letting it through, muting it fully. You know, instead of adding lots of instruments, we just stuck with the two main synths that we had, and just effects on, effects off, effect. That's basically it, right? That's the whole way we built the tension and built it up and dropped it down.
Yeah, it's a pretty classic Disclosure move. That we do that
is
a lot.
the most Disclosure part about it. Yeah, although it's different speed, kind of different genre, the sound of the synths are there, and the way that we worked the structure is there. Yeah, so really simple. And then last thing is Monarch on the bass. Got another surfer EQ on that, moving around with probably the upper harmonic. So instead of taking out the sub, I'm taking out the next harmonic up. It's really useful, that surfer EQ. I totally forgot about it. I'm going to start using it again more. Yeah, there's Monarch, if anyone wants the setting. Not precious. Oh!
Oh my God, there's a production question that I can actually answer.
Oh, go on,
this
Howard.
is new.
You've got this, mate.
How do you get wide basses without having sub-phasing issues? And I know the answer. So what you have to do is when you're putting, let's say, chorus on a bass, you bus it. So you send to a bus and then you remove the lows from that bus. Therefore, you get the chorus effect on the stuff that your ears can hear the top of, but the subs don't clash.
And I literally did the visuals for you.
There we go.
As you explained.
Look at me go. I can still do it. I still got it.
You still got it, baby. Yeah. Sending to bus 3, like you said, into chorus, and then rolling off all the lows. Yeah, you never want to send sub through a chorus. I mean, you never really want sub to be stereo, ever. Anything below 100 hertz, mono is your friend. It is doable, and in headphones it can sound quite cool. But if you're in a nightclub or somewhere like that where sub's bouncing around, it can be mental to have stereo sub. I believe it's also a reason for cutting vinyl. When you cut vinyl, they always mono everything under 100 hertz because if you have stereo bass on a physical record, it'll shake the needle out of the groove. So yeah, mono your basses, guys, or like us, you know, have a mono synth, and then if you want to send it to a chorus, take the sub out the chorus.
I'm getting out here.
Yeah, I mean, we're done basically.
Yeah.
I'll wrap it up after you leave.
Cool. Yeah.
Respect.
Peace out, guys. Thank you. That was good fun, and see you next time.
Round of applause, Howard. Yeah. All right, don't milk it. He's, you know, yeah. Right, what we got left, guys? This is, I like doing them comprehensive because we're only doing them once. Oh, there is something else. Look at this. Sneaky end section that didn't make the cut. Let's play you that. I believe this was a middle 8. So what I can do is I'll loop it back to the chorus and you'll get where we were headed with it. But yeah, no one's ever heard this before. And neither are we. Where is the... Oh yeah, I've got the fade out. Let's turn that off. Yeah, mad. It was a fun experiment. Oh my god. That's what's stopping this chair, the Gryffindor placemat. Yeah, I think we just thought it was a step too far harmonically. I quite like the first half, but it goes a bit too jazz and we were struggling to write melodies around it. And I think once we decided we were going to put the chorus first, we just thought we don't need a pre, like it's strong enough. I mean, the pre is kind of just the second half of the verse, you know, I've been dreaming, all that stuff. Pre or middle, we just toyed with a middle 8, but it just didn't sound necessary. I'm gonna switch chairs. Oh, that's better. Need to get that ladder chair. This can't go on, this fighting. Yeah, there you have it, guys. That is every part I think we've been through of Talk, unless there's something you can see that I can't. That's the extra middle 8 that I wanted to show you that no one's heard. Yeah. The master bus is pretty much the same as my every master bus. SSL, Studer, the Drama on the gentle compression setting, Oxford Inflator, Soothe on 70%, Saturn for a bit of tube, clean tube setting on high quality, only 12%, and I'm rolling off a bit of top, which I like to do a lot. A bit of EQ, but I probably sent the parts without that because, you know, they were going to do a little mix anyway. And again, if I was getting it mastered, I would have just asked the mastering engineer to do this. I mean, we're talking half a dB bass, 1 dB on the top, so it's really not much. And then the limiter, which again didn't get used because I got it mastered, or they got it mastered. So yeah, here it is all together. Boom. What did you use before Studer? Kramer tape? No, I do like the Kramer tape. I was using the PSP saturation plugin for a while. I like how it's got a wet and dry knob on it. I feel like a really good update for the Studer would be a wet and dry knob. Can you talk a little bit about Soothe? Yep, Soothe is a high frequency ducker. So it pulls high frequencies out of the mix only when they breach a certain threshold. If you press this button here and it goes into this mode, you'll hear everything it does. You'll hear everything it's taking away. So it's the reverse of what it's doing. So just all the like whistly, horrible, no one needs that in their ears. That's what's being taken away. But very subtle, you know, it's only taking about 3 decibels out of each frequency, and I've got it on 70%, so it's not even fully doing its thing. Real quick, off the top of your head, do you remember where the organ sound came from Where a Fire Starts to Burn? I don't think there's an organ in it. So, no, if you mean the pad, that's like a sine wave chord just being pitched around, sine waves, which is kind of organy, I guess. And then the bass is definitely not an organ. Nah, we never really use organs, to be honest. Just sine waves can sound like an organ because they do a similar thing, you know. Will you guys be doing a listening session of our tracks on Discord? Ah, damn, I forgot. Yeah, let's do that on Thursday, definitely. I'm not sure if Howard will be here on Thursday, so we can do that instead. Sorry, guys. Yeah. Anything else? You're the biggest inspiration. Oh, thank you, Shearer. That's very kind. Tips to get a balanced mix. Practice. There is really no right or wrong way of a balanced mix. In fact, some of my favourite songs have terribly balanced mixes, and that's fine. It's called character. So, you know, it's not always about perfect mix. What the heck? What is perfect? You know, each to their own, man. Get it perfect for you. And if someone says, that's got too much bass for me or too much treble, yeah, whatever. A lot of for me, a perfect mix is also summing up how you felt on the day. You know, it's not always about, is it right over across decades of analysis? You know, it's like, how did you feel on the day? Did you capture the vibe? You know, this is a super simple song. I wanted everything very clean, very upfront. I felt like it could be a big song. I wanted it to be like sounding good on the radio. I wanted his voice really crystal clear and upfront. You know, there's not many instruments going on, so there's loads of space for him to do his thing. So all it required was cleanness. You know, there's not a lot of distortion and loads of reverb and effects going on this one. Everything's just really upfront. For me, that's a sign of a good session. Is if you've got minimal instruments going on and you're willing to show off almost all of them right up front. You know, really loud drums, cracking snare and bass. Bass is right up there. 2 synths really high up in the mix. 1 big lead vocal down the middle. You know, that's if you can have all those things confidently up front, you've probably had a good day. I'm gonna get off this screen now. Full screen. Scrolling down. I can't keep up with you guys today. Do you master within the same session, not export out and master separately? So my mix bus, you know, these plugins, yeah, I would leave those on minus the limiter and maybe minus the EQ. I'd leave these on. So that is technically mastering, kind of. You know, it's plugins on the whole song. But no, I don't master my own stuff. We usually get Stuart Hawkes at Metropolis to do our stuff. But because this was Khalid's tune, I don't know who did it, to be honest. Someone else. I definitely approved it. I remember getting the masters back and he approved it, we approved it, all that stuff. But yeah, I couldn't tell you. You'd have to look at the credits. Who did it? I want to be a music photographer. Do you have any advice, stories about working with photographers? Not really. I mean, I don't really like doing photo shoots. I've got one tomorrow, unfortunately. They're all right. You know, it depends what the photo shoot is. If you do one outside in nature, I quite enjoy that. If you're doing hours in front of a green screen or lights and it's hot, I don't really like it, to be honest. I like doing this. So that's like the opposite of that, of doing this. I don't really have advice. I'm sorry. I don't know what it takes to become a music photographer. I've not done it. Yeah. someone we take on the road. His name's Ronan. I've tagged him in a bunch of our old posts. He takes some wicked pictures. He's done a lot of Rita Ora and us. I don't know who else he's done before, but he's got some stunning pictures of us at Red Rocks and a bunch of other venues. Check out Ronan. Maybe message him. Ronan Park. I've forgotten Ronan's last name. He's Scottish. Scottish Ronan. He'll be tagged on our Instagram somewhere. How do you know when you're done? Oh man, that's a difficult one. I really can't give advice on that because it's different for every song and every person. So yeah, really hard to say. I'm really not sure. It's a feeling. It's instinct. It really is instinct. And that sounds kind of cliche, but it just is. J. Paul type mix. Yeah, there's definitely J. Paul influences in there. I don't think consciously, but I've listened to enough J. Paul music for it to seep through. For sure. I'd admit that. Did you record the drum MIDI? Yeah, I would have played it in on a keyboard and then quantized it a lot, especially for like the triplety stuff. Yeah. There's a lot of... The hi-hats are late. I can show you that again quickly. Everything's quantized to the beat, except the hi-hats are pushed back. See these? So you get like that kind of... Yeah, and some of them are a bit more, like these ones are pushed more than these ones, and that was all manually done. But you know, you could swing it even more if you wanted to go full Jay Dilla vibes. Yeah, it would need some adjustment in the percussion as well, but yeah, a little bit swung, and I usually move it all manually. Yeah, that's how that one was done. These streams have got me inspired, learning loads. Awesome. Thank you. That's why we're doing it. Really happy that you guys are enjoying it. That's awesome. Willing and able breakdown. Yeah. Yeah, we'll do them all eventually. Got a lot of music after doing this for 10 years, so might be a little way down the line, but we'll get there. I want to try and do like the more of the most, either the new songs or the more popular songs first, just to bring more followers in and get more people aware of this, that we're doing this, and then we can go a bit deeper. Yeah, Where Angels Fear to Tread, all of that stuff we'll do. I'm way behind. Will you show us Mac Miller Blue World? Yeah, definitely. We'll get there as well. EQ automation in builds. I can't really answer that in one simple question. I use FabFilter for all my EQ automation. FabFilter Pro Q. I think the best way to learn is probably just watch what we did earlier and this. Watch back. Like, there's a ton of EQ automation going on. Have a go on that. Have a look. If I still haven't answered your question, drop a message in the Discord on the appropriate channel, and I'll get back to you. 4 hours of streaming. Wow. All right. Might be time to call it a night, guys. I'm pretty tired. Yeah. I think that's it. Dope. Thanks, guys. Another fun one. Another tune down. Yeah, I'm enjoying these sound effects as well. It's been a lot of fun.
I can feel it down in my plums.
I'm going to add some more of those. Drop some messages in the Discord for, fresh sound effects that we need in this stream. It's hard to think them up when you come to it. I thought it'd be easier, but it's hard to have ideas about sound effects. But yeah, obviously that one. Howard's Harry Potter obsession's gotten out of hand, and Lord of the Rings. This was Howard as well.
It's all right. Nobody panic. It was deliberate.
Let us know. New emotes as well. Yeah, more emotes. We need more emotes. Shouts to Jordan. Jordan for making the emotes. Big up for that. The blue ones are flying. But yeah, there's more on the Discord now as well. Oh, my voice is going. Too much talk. All right. Too much talk. Boom, boom. Thank you, guys. We'll leave it at that. Good night.